Dobar dan I dobrodošli. Sit down and relax as we are about to read some manga I've had my eyes on for a while. I recommend opening the official scans or translations linked in the description and reading along with me, since my streams will obscure the pages for copyright reasons and because I want to support the creators behind the works. You can find me on my socials that are linked in the description, so subscribe to or follow some European chick outside of YouTube if you want to get to know me better or support me. Now without further ado, let's read. Chainsaw Man Buddy Stories. So, I thought, until at least 2 or 3 new chapters arrive from Chainsaw Man Part 2, I'm gonna read the Buddy Stories. And I know it's not a Tuesday, and I know I'm like 10 months late, but here we are with Part 2 of Chapter 1 of Buddy Stories. This is the book. This is the German version. And I'll be reading the English version from my phone. And hold on, let me just check if everything is alright with the stream. Because I had a few issues already, but it wouldn't be a... Infinite loop. Alright. So, I think the live stream is working. That's great. Anyway, I wanted to say it wouldn't be some European chick stream if there weren't any issues. Right? We always gotta have some technical issues or whatever. Hi, bad username. Welcome. Alright, so... Oh! I got a new haircut, if you haven't noticed. The thing is, let me just, before we start, I need to complain about my haircut. It's not that I'm unhappy with it. I'm glad that I cut off my long hair because it's summer and it's really hot and I was already getting sick of my hair. It was just long and heavy and, it was just straight. There was no science to my hair. There was no thought behind it. It was just strands of keratin growing out of my scalp. So it looked like nothing. So I went to a hair salon and I showed this lady this picture. Hold on. This picture. And she said, yeah, this is it. So I thought, okay, well, I mean, it's shorter than what I wanted, but it's okay. So can you make it like this? And she said, yeah, we're done. Is this anywhere near this? Like, look at this, and then look at this. It's not even close, but whatever. It was 15 euros, so I was like, okay, just take my money. She just took 5 minutes to just cut my hair like this. She didn't even wash my hair or anything. I know that washing hair is like an extra service, but she didn't even properly wet it so it could be, straight and everything aligned perfectly. She just went like this, didn't even use her other hand or a comb or anything. She just went like this and she was done. And that's the haircut. Totally like the picture that I showed. I was like, oh, whatever. At least it's short. At least it doesn't look like shit. Like, I couldn't do it better, so whatever. Here, thank you for your 5 minutes of work. Here's the 15 euros. Okay, that was just a short story to start the stream, I guess. Have you seen Cichlids videos about Griffith? No. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. I don't watch anime or manga YouTubers. There are some exceptions that I'll sometimes watch. Only sometimes. It's rare. I think. Oh, I don't even know their names anymore. You know how bad I am with names? Like, I forget my own friends, cousins, parents' names sometimes because my brain just malfunctions. So don't ask me about names. But yeah, there's like 2 or 3. Colleen's manga recommendations. Yeah, I forgot. I don't know, but I haven't watched it. Watch out for spoilers. I feel this chat is going to be a minefield. Chat filters have been enabled to... Epi, you're the biggest enabler of spoilers. Why the fuck did you make that post? That community post? I see the comments. I just have to glance at the comments and I see them. I don't even need to read them. I just glance at it and I see the words coming through my retina to my brain. I think I have been spoiled already. Like, I tried to avoid more comments. As soon as I saw someone said, at least he finally got it or something. My boy finally got it. I was like, no way. No way. So I'm just gonna choose to pretend that I didn't read it and my viewers just want to play a prank on me. So I cannot imagine. Nah. And I don't even want to think about it. Nah. My thoughts are not even gonna go that way, okay? I'm sure, because sometimes I've been spoiled through some comments, and then when I read the chapters, it was completely something different from what I thought it would be. So I hope that's the case right now too. But yeah, I hope we can avoid spoilers, please. At least, when's the next chapter gonna drop? Is it gonna be next week? Because then I can stream next week and avoid being spoiled any further. The 28th of June? Now, next week. What? What now? Next week. Epi spreading spoilers and misinformation. Oh my god. His whole channel is dedicated to Griffith doing nothing wrong. Oh, this cichlid or whatever person. I mean, everyone has some mental problems, so I just wish him the best. I hope he gets better. I hope he gets the help that he needs. That he obviously needs. So yeah. All right. Now that we chatted for like 8 minutes, let's get into the buddy stories. So I rewatched my last stream on double speed while I was doing something else. So I was just listening to myself. And the last thing that happened was that these devil hunters, Pawa and Denji, they woke up the next day at that cursed inn where people had been disappearing, and they realized that half of their manpower had disappeared overnight. They don't know how, they don't know where, they're locked in because the owner of the inn locked them in, which is suspicious as fuck. But yeah, that's the last thing we read. So we're on page 35 of chapter 1 of the English edition. All right? You can read along, click the link in the description, it's there. All right. It has been a good minute since we last read these. Yeah. As I said, it's just a 10-month late notice. Like, I'm here finally. All right, but let's start now. So the last sentence was, without anyone noticing, half the devil hunters had vanished. And now we continue. This is just gonna be an ASMR stream of some European chick reading words to you. To her slaves. Alright. I can do like... No, but you can do something else while you let this video live stream play. We're just gonna have an audiobook now on this channel of a book. A published book from the Chainsaw Man universe. Alright. Anyway. I went around all the guest rooms to be sure, said the hunter, now surrounded by the remaining group, with a faint tremor in his voice. Oh my fucking god, I got a notification suddenly. Oh, it's from Discord. I usually never get notifications from Discord. This was an exception that scared the hell out of me. Why am I so hot? I'm so sweaty. It's so hot in here. Oh my god. Sorry for another interruption. I went out today, just for a second. So I went out into the hallway of our apartment building and the stairs, and it's so cool there. It's so cool. It's so refreshing. And I went there to check if something had been done that I requested, because someone did something that belongs to me, and it should have been fixed a week ago already, and every day I go to check if it's been fixed. No, it hasn't been. I don't want to go into details, but yeah, that's the story. And I went again, and it was so cool. And then I was like, oh, why don't I go into the backyard, because it's so pretty and it's such nice weather. I swear to God, I opened the door, took one step outside, and it was like walking into like a warm, moist pudding. Oh, it was so humid and hot, and I immediately went like, nope, closed the door again, went up into my room, and now I'm hot in my room too. Oh my god. I'm basically wearing nothing. Look. It's super short, like and I'm still sweaty. And this is sportswear because I want to work out a little bit later on. But I'm so hot here. I thought these old buildings here in Austria, that they're super cool because the walls, they're super thick. It's super thick. Like they're like a meter thick. So it's very hard to get your rooms, like your apartment, warm in the winter, because heating is just so hard to get right here with these thick walls. And they're also like, the ceilings are so tall. So I thought, oh, because I already lived in one of these old buildings a few years ago, and my room was always my studio apartment. It's the one that you see in my old Berserk videos in my playlist, where I have the Berserk rants. That one, that apartment, it was a studio apartment. I was always cool there. But it turns out it's because it was something like, it had like basement qualities. That's why it was so cool. Because even in the summer, when I walked out, I would immediately walk in again, because my room was just so much cooler, so much nicer to be in. But here, in this one, I'm on the second floor, and my windows are facing south. It's unbearable. It's unbearable. It's so hot. Oh my god. So excuse me if I am just red and sweaty during this entire stream, but I'm so hot. Even the short haircut didn't really work. Currently 28 degrees inside. For me, like, I don't know if this one is correct. My thermometer and clock and so on, it's not correct at all. Like, this is not the time right now. It's 18:33 right now, and I don't know how to change it here. But it is Thursday, and it says it's 26 degrees. I do not believe it. And that the humidity is at 53%, which is a lot. It is a lot, actually. It should be a maximum of 40%. All right, now let's start continuing to read. Sorry, 15 minutes into the stream. We start now. I went around all the guest rooms to be sure, said the hunter, now surrounded by the remaining group with a faint tremor in his voice. 16 of us came here last night, but there are only 8 now. I went up and down the halls, knocking on doors, but all the rooms are empty. Another hunter scoffed. So they're not in their rooms. They're loafing around somewhere else, that's all. Great deduction skills right there. And that's what I thought, but I can't find them anywhere. The distressed hunter countered. When the others suggested the missing hunters might be outside, he shook his head. The front door's still locked, so the door at the other... So is the door at the other end of the hall. None of the windows were designed to open, and the metal bars made it impossible to climb out even if someone broke the glass. That is insane. What the fuck kind of inn is that? Where you can't open the windows and there's like metal bars outside the windows. That's insane. The picture windows over the front door weren't barred, but they were too high to reach. Missing persons, someone muttered, just like in the original report. Wow, who would have thought that they went missing in a missing person case? I thought they were just loafing around. A silence fell over the room. With a chill, the hunters realized that a devil had crept in under their noses and cut their number in half. Kenzo looked at the clock on the wall. At least Mr. Kambayashi should be coming by to check on things. I say that when he gets here, we head outside and reassess the situation. The hunters spent the time until then searching the house, but they found no sign of their vanished companions. The devil, too, remained hidden. They waited on tenterhooks for the owner of the inn to return. Finally, someone spoke up. Where's the old man, anyway? Yeah, why ain't he here yet? A murmur arose. Yeah, that's the suspicious inn owner. Right there. I told you. Long after the appointed hour, as the second evening began to fall, the owner of the villa was nowhere to be seen. Maybe there was a miscommunication, said Kenzo. Aw, poor innocent Kenzo. I'm not like that. He's a better person than I am. I'm immediately getting suspicious of anyone and everyone. Like, I'm just too careful and too paranoid. For real. Or a seriously unfortunate accident. Not a lot of ways to get word up the mountain. Guess we'll be spending another night here. Yeah, so you can cut your numbers in half again. Wow. At that idea, the other hunters looked unmistakably disturbed. Yeah, same. Then a peal of laughter rang out. Gah ha ha ha! We know who that is. Stumped, huh? Just as I predicted. I had it all figured out from the start. Power stood triumphant. She had her assistant, her audience, and her detective gear, but something had been lacking. Now she knew what it was. The deduction to reveal to her adoring fans. Kenzo keeps going with the same mentality. Won't make it far, I fear. He has made it for the past 70 years, but he's just a civilian devil hunter. Why do those exist, by the way? Why are there civilian devil hunters? That is crazy. Buddy stories, I've never heard of that. Check it out. Oh, here. It's a book of short stories about. Bitch, hold on. It's about Power and Denji, those buddies. It's about. Hold on. What's the other group? Quanshi and Kishibe. And. Oh my god, if it isn't about. What's her name again? Himeno and Aki, I'm gonna be mad. But it should be them. Himeno Aki, yeah, see. I'm smart. I know what I'm doing and what I'm reading. Alright. Makima, the last one is Makima Pawa Akidenji. I don't like that. But, okay. Anyway, let's continue reading. Kenzo approached her, a tinge of desperation in his voice. You really got something? Of course! Then tell us. I know it's pathetic, but I'm begging for help. You see how things are going here. You public safety reps are onto something, aren't you? Power, more pleased than ever, nodded magnanimously. So you're hanging on the great detective Power's every word. Very smart. Well, since you asked so nicely, I can't say no. Watch out, guys, Denji yelled. She's a bare-ass liar. Don't trust anything she says. At least he warned them. Let's not forget, she's a racist. She's a liar. She's egocentric. Anyway. She's a bare-ass liar. Don't trust anything she says. The nerve. I'm a veritable angel sent to fight devils. Ignore the ravings of my assistant. How many times do I have to say I'm not your assistant? Power ignored the foul look Denji shot her. She strode to the stage as the hunters watched with bated breath. The view from the stage assured her that every eye in the room was indeed on her. At last, Power had what she most longed for, attention. She tugged the brim of her top hat and cleared her throat. Now to the matter of the missing persons case. 'Tis indeed a mystery even I struggle to solve. She paced the stage theatrically. The tap, tap, tap of her footsteps filled the otherwise silent room. A riddle, an enigma. Yes, this house is thick with the heady scent of mystery. But there's a turn to every trick, a sleight to every hand. Observation, my friends. Observation is the door to the truth. She turned a magnifying glass on her audience. The culprit is among us tonight. These words drew gasps. They're basically watching a live-action anime right now. Like, legit, she just quoted her favorite anime. She's cosplaying her favorite anime character. They're just watching a reenactment of her anime. These words drew gasps and sent a murmur of fear through the room. As the audience chattered, Power reached into her pocket and took out a knotted rope she had brought. Not the fucking knotted rope. She had brought from home for this exact moment. I've undone the knot of. Hold on. The knot wouldn't come undone. She pulled harder, but unlike a detective magician, this only seemed to tighten it. Power. As Power flailed, Kenzo, still pale, spoke. The culprit is among us? You mean the devil is here right now? What? Power looked up from the rope and blinked. Comedy queen. I love her so much. Yes, that's what I mean. That's it, all right. Another wave of astonishment rippled through the group. No way. No wonder we couldn't find the devil. I bet it's the guy who locked us in to begin with. A devil that can assume human form? Has it been here all along? Or did it join us after we got here? Kenzo took a step towards the stage. Yeah, that'd answer a lot of the questions. But who is it then? Who's the devil? Power coughed. I can't tell you yet. She's so insane. And I have to show you the picture because that's the next page in the chapter. This picture. Hold on. Hello? This one. It's so cute. It's the audience and detective magician powered. So cute. Let's continue reading. Hello? What's happening now? Why not? Someone shouted. That's the one thing we need to know. The hunters pressed close to the stage, but Kenzo held up his hand to stop them. Hold on, he said. It's easy to make accusations, but if we're wrong, we could wind up killing an innocent person. Of course she doesn't want to say anything rash. She's waiting until she has absolute proof. He's an angel. He's an absolute angel. He trusts power more than power trusts power. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Screw that! Who is it? One of the hunters pulled an absurdly long knife from his jacket and waved it around. Take it easy. If we lose our heads, we play right into the devil's hands. But if you want to have a go at someone, I'll be happy to take you on. Kenzo's tone was conciliatory, but his hand was in the scabbard of his katana. The room was a powder keg. Was a powder keg, the air crackling with tension. The man with the knife glared at Kenzo for a long moment and then turned away with a grunt. I'm going to my room. Anyone wants a piece of me, come and get it. But don't be surprised if I'm the one who walks out alive. The hunters drifted to their rooms, jumpy and suspicious now, leveling murderous gazes at each other as they went. Finally, only Denji and Power were left in the rec room. As soon as they were alone, Denji exploded. I've had enough of your bull. You were just saying whatever came into your head and quoting that stupid cartoon. I certainly was not, Power refuted. I think I might be an even better detective than I am a devil hunter. Perhaps I should give up hunting and pursue my true calling. Gahaha. She's trying to find an excuse to hide the fact that she's a devil. Fiend, actually, but yeah. Nah, we're public safety. Till death do we part. A man with no dreams, that's what you are. And here I was about to offer to hire you full-time as my assistant. If you pay me in bread and jam, I might think about it. Denji stared at the ceiling and groaned. Where the hell's that devil anyway? Come the next day, their numbers were halved again. Well, fuck. Now it's just 4 of them. I hope Kenzo is one of them. Only 4 people showed up in the rec room that morning. 3 of them were Denji, Power, and Kenzo. Okay, thank God. The 4th devil hunter entered the room with his knife drawn and his face pale. Who was it? Who did it? Who's the damn devil? Kenzo tensed for a fight. The man's eyes were rimmed with red. Rage and fear were robbing him of his grip on reality. He was ready to snap. Moments like this, Kenzo reminded himself where when it was most important for a hunter to keep a cool head. The young woman from public safety burst out laughing. Gah ha 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 ha! Look at your crazy face! Gah ha ha! She's insane. Kenzo gaped. Why would she pour oil on the fire? He was about to calm the man down, to keep cool, and then Power's like, look at your pathetic ass, and laughing at him. What the hell are you laughing at? The other hunter howled. All right, everyone, calm down. I'm not the devil. I can tell you that much. Kenzo figured his best bet was to draw the focus to himself as he talked down the man with the knife. I thought I heard something. Oh yeah? Then answer a question. The disturbed hunter was on edge. Something only the real you would know. Try me. This isn't the first job you and I have worked together. We teamed up once before. Which devil did we fight? The sea cucumber devil. I can't believe there's a devil for a sea cucumber. We'd evacuated the civilians and were setting up a dragnet when some freak came plummeting out of the sky and stole the kill from us. That was Power. Wasn't it? It was them. He was like in the phone booth. And then Power just came and squashed him. And he was just full of this devil's innards. Hello, Elda and chat. Hope everyone's day is going good. Hi, Jimmy. Welcome. And yes, it is. I was super lazy today and thought if I streamed, at least I could say I did something. Hope your day is going well too. And that you're not as sweaty and hot and stuffy as I am, because it's just so warm and humid here. And by the way, in Austria, there's rarely any air conditioner installed in any building. Maybe in like office buildings, but not apartment buildings. Huh, that's right. The man turned his knife on Denji and Power. The devil has to be one of you. Test yourselves, now! Denji and Power looked at each other. Screw that, said Denji. Too much work. Do it! The man shoved the blade closer. Denji gave him a not particularly threatened look and sighed. Power, what's your favorite thing? Meowie! My least favorite things are vegetables and humans. What's your favorite thing? Miss Makima. This hurts reading. This really just hurts reading. They pointed at each other. That's Power, all right. That's Denji. The man with the knife backed away, scowling. If none of us is the devil, what the hell's going on? The population of the house had dropped to only 4, yet the devil still hadn't shown itself. It seemed increasingly likely that no one was coming to get them, and there seemed to be no way out of the villa. What I am asking myself, why did they all sleep in separate rooms when they were dealing with a fucking devil? Why didn't they set up camp in this recreational room so that they could each keep an eye on their colleague? And even after the first night, when they were all in separate rooms, and they came back and there were only 8 of them left, they still, that next night, went into separate rooms. Again, why? Why? When you know that the devil is causing the disappearance, why would you do that? Why would you not stick together? That is insane. Why are they sleeping where there is a devil? Yeah. The population of the house had dropped to only 4. Oh yeah, I read that. And there seemed to be no way out of the villa. The bars and the windows were sturdier than they looked. But still, I mean, both Power and Denji could probably knock the entire structure down and walk out. Kenzo felt a dull, mounting panic. Wait, what? No. The bars on the windows were sturdier than they looked. The front and back doors refused to budge. Kenzo felt a dull, mounting panic. This was like slow, deliberate torture. Yeah, psychological. I'll check on the food, he said, desperate to feel useful. We need to ration our supplies. When he got to the kitchen, the blood drained from his face. No, it's all gone. Oh my god, Power ate it all. It was either Power or Denji. They ate it all. The pantry, which had contained several more days' worth of food, was empty. Behind him, the fourth hunter swore. What do we do now? His voice choked, as if he were holding back tears. Power punched at the air. This is the devil's doing. It'll pay for this. Denji looked at her closely. Hey, Power. Are those breadcrumbs on your shirt? This bitch. I love her. Queen. They're not, she replied, primly brushing the crumbs away. You ate all the food, didn't you? How dare you accuse me of such a thing? I haven't eaten so much as a slice of bread since the day I was born. I love her. This author got her character right. I know that's not true, Denji rolled his eyes. Get serious, lady, Kenzo demanded. Did you eat our rations? This ain't funny, you little witch, the fourth devil hunter added angrily. As the men closed in on her, Power backed away. You've got it all wrong. He's the liar. He's lying through his teeth, she pointed at Denji. He's the devil hiding in this house, and he's trying to pin everything on poor innocent me. Is that so? Kenzo asked. The two civilian devil hunters turned on Denji. You say he's the devil? Said the fourth hunter. Whoa, said Denji. Are you kidding me? I passed your dumbass test, Power. You said I was the real deal. I didn't say anything like that. Why, you? Denji gritted his teeth. Look, you guys heard her. Remember? Huh? The other hunters continued to scrutinize him. When I suggested we all work together, you were the first to push back, Kenzo said. Oh my god, why do they trust Power so much? Why does her word hold so much authority in this room? Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Said the fourth hunter. And look where splitting up got us. Hey, no, don't jerk me around. You know I'm not the devil. Yes, he is. He's the devil, Power shrieked. The great detective Power is never mistaken, she grabbed at him. Damn it, Power, if you screw me over again, you're gonna wish you never... Kenzo whipped out his katana and leveled it at Denji. If you so much as twitch, I'll kill you where you stand. Denji raised his fists. Dude, I'd like to see you try. I'm warning you, don't move, or we'll have to assume you're the devil, Kenzo repeated. Denji didn't have an answer to that. He kept his fists up, but all he gave Kenzo was a glare. Slowly, Kenzo lowered his blade. He reminded himself to stay cool. The worst thing to do in this situation was panic. Okay, good. Now, you seem pretty suspicious, but it's not like we have watertight evidence. If you're not the devil, go ahead and prove it. Yeah, and how am I supposed to do that? Sorry, but the best bet is to tie you up, Kenzo sighed. If there are any more attacks while you're bound hand and foot, we'll know you didn't do it. That's the stupidest crap I ever... Okay, whatever. What if nothing happens? All the better for us. If we can't contact the outside, we can get public safety to take a closer look at this whole thing. As if to assuage Denji... I've never heard that word before. I've never read it. Kenzo added, Then, if you're really innocent, I'm sure they'll figure it out. This plan sucks, Denji whined. We don't know if help is even coming. I don't want to sit trussed up like a turkey until who knows when. Fine, said the fourth devil hunter. One night then. We'll let you go in the morning. How's that? And they still plan on just sleeping there peacefully? When people are going missing in this place, I wouldn't be able to spend another night there. I would just break everything down. Yeah. It doesn't matter because I'm not the damn devil. Denji stopped short of letting a fist fly. A thought had just occurred to him, and he didn't like it. You know, Miss Makima told us to try to get along. He grabbed his fist with the other hand and forced it down. Damn it. Fine. One night. Good, Kenzo said. Then it's settled. He and the other hunter bound Denji's hands and feet with rope from the staff rooms and tied him to a post. A film of sweat clung to their skin as they remained tense for the rest of the day. Almost before they knew it, the sun was swallowed by the western hills. They were about to spend their third night in a house with the devil. We ought to get some shut-eye, said Kenzo. I say 2 of us keep guard while the other sleeps. Who wants to take the first rest? Pawa threw up her hand immediately. Me! I'm so sleepy! I love her. All right, we've got about 6 hours until sunrise. We'll sleep in shifts of 2 hours. Will do. A shout rose from the post. I'm not gonna forget this, Power. Oh, the nasty devil is glaring at me. I'm so scared, Power. What is this word? Traipsed? Traipsed? I've never heard this word before. Out of the rec room, avoiding Denji's gaze. Denji and the other 2 hunters were left behind in the cavernous room. Another day and the old man still AWOL. What the fuck does that mean? Said the 4th hunter, contemplating the dull shimmer of his blade. I'm starting to think we'll be stuck in this place for the rest of our lives. His cheeks were hollow and there were bags under his eyes. It looked like he was reaching the end of his rope. Like hell we are, said Kenzo, trying to sound hopeful. Even if something happened to that guy, somebody is bound to notice when a bunch of devil hunters go missing at once. They'll come for us. Don't you guys ever shut up, Denji growled. I'm trying to get some sleep here. You can sleep like that? I can sleep anywhere, and it's getting late. If I don't rest up now, tomorrow is gonna suck hard. Kenzo stroked his chin thoughtfully. I think I see. No matter the situation, it's crucial to rest when you can. So that's how public safety does it. Wait, is he asleep already? Only the sound of Denji's snores answered him. Several hours passed. At midnight in the mountains, the inn was as silent as if sound itself had died. What's that lady doing? I said 2 hours, 2-hour rests. She ought to be back by now to take her shift. Why did she fucking leave the room to sleep? Why didn't she sleep in the room? That is insane. Again, they split up. That is not smart. What the fuck is going on? Why is everyone dumb? Kenzo looked at the rec room clock. Getting angrier and angrier, he turned to Denji. A trail of drool dangled from his mouth. He's out cold too. Guess you have to have nerves of steel to work in public safety. We don't know if he is public safety, the man with the knife said in a low voice. Yeah, fair enough. I'll keep an eye on this guy, Kenzo. You go wake the other one. I'll be right back. Kenzo had been growing worried about the fourth hunter's paranoid muttering, but the cool-headed, reasonable suggestion reassured him. Maybe the guy still had his wits about him. Kenzo headed for the guest wing. They want to play peekaboo with the devil, yeah. Still had his wits about him. Kenzo headed for the guest wing. As soon as the door closed, the man with the knife crept towards the sleeping Denji. Finally alone. Don't touch my fucking boy. Don't you dare touch my child. Nah. Don't touch my boy. Hi, David. I like your shirt. Oh, thank you. It's like 7 years old. BTS merch. Sportswear. Kenzo had misjudged the situation. The man's detachment came not from calmness, but from a terror beyond panic. His dark eyes were unfocused and his fingers trembled. You're the devil, aren't you? He whispered. You can't fool me. I'm not gonna get a moment's sleep with you alive. I'm not as patient as Kenzo. The rec room was soundproofed. No one would hear the screams. Don't touch my child. No one would hear the screams, and if worse came to worst, he would blame it on the devil. As the man gazed down at the sleeping Denji and raised his knife, he said, Do me a favor. Die for me. Pretty please. Power heaved herself up in bed. She thought she'd heard Denji cry out, but it must have been a dream. It must have been the rain. I'm so hungry, she muttered. Her stomach gave a little rumble of agreement. She hadn't had anything but water since eating everything in the pantry. Oh, the poor woman. She hadn't had anything since eating everything. Denji, blood. She leapt for the other bed and landed on nothing but a soft, springy mattress. She just drinks from him in his sleep. There was no sign of her partner under the covers. She grunted in confusion. A fierce pounding came at the door. Wake up, you! It's time to take your shift. The noise cleared the fuss from Power's head. Oh, right. She'd fingered Denji. What? She'd fingered Denji as the devil. You could have worded this differently, bitch. This could have been worded differently. She had framed Denji as the devil. Why would you choose this phrasing? Why would you choose to say that she'd fingered Denji as the devil? I don't like this phrase. And left him tied up in the rec room, of course. Are you in there? Answer me. I hear you. Sheesh. Why must you be so noisy? Pawa grabbed the top hat waiting by her pillow and put it on. Rubbing the sleep from her eyes, she opened the door. Kenzo was standing in the faint glow of an emergency light. He let out a sigh of relief. You're alive. When you didn't answer, I thought maybe you'd been taken too. Where's Denji? Sleeping like a baby in the rec room, at least for now. As they fell into step beside each other, Kenzo gave Power a wary look. Hey, do you really think he's the devil? It's just that the longer I watch him, the less sure I am. Denji is not the culprit, said Power. He's not! I would feel like I'm going insane next to this woman. Kenzo said, incredulous. Then why did you tell us he was? I didn't know such thing. What? I mean, what? Kenzo looked wildly at Power for some sign that she was joking, but her face remained impassive. In reality, she had already lost interest in the conversation. It was about time to rescue Denji, she thought. So she sensed that Denji was in danger. He could show his gratitude by giving her a drink of blood. Now wait right here, Kenzo implored. If he's not the devil, what have I done? Tied up an innocent man and abandoned him, Power said haughtily. You ought to be ashamed. You dupe. You fool. You cretin. Oh my god. No. No. Still arguing, the two walked into the rec room and stopped speechless. There was no one inside. Oh my god. She just gaslit a man. I love it. I miss Power so much. Oh, thank you, David. And me too. Me too. Reading this is hard. I miss her. And then when we're gonna read the Akihime story, I'm gonna probably cry because I miss both of them. But they were here a minute ago. Kenzo's voice rose in panic. He rushed to the spot where Denji had been tied up. Both Denji and the other hunter were gone. Had they run away? No, the rope used to restrain Denji was gone too. Did that mean he was still tied up? More disappearances, and now a team of 16 devil hunters was reduced to 2. Behind Kenzo, Power broke the silence with gales of laughter. Have you lost your... Kenzo stared at Power, cackling triumphantly in utter disbelief. No, it was you all along. Thinking back, it was clear that this woman had been leading them astray from the very start. Kenzo's mistake had been assuming that the devil would try to avoid notice, rather than impersonate the loudest, most attention-hogging member of the group. She's the devil, and she played me for a fool. Power ignored Kenzo as he backed away in horror. Instead, she vaulted onto the stage and pulled the knotted rope out of her pocket again. I've undone the knot of this mystery. Say what? Kenzo was completely lost. Power tugged at the ends of the rope, which remained as tightly knotted as ever. I love her. Grunting with effort, she pulled until veins bulged on her forehead. At last, the rope simply tore in two. She's amazing. She's such a genius. She held the frayed pieces aloft, but she could fucking tear a rope into 2 pieces. That is insane. I laughed with pride. As I was saying, knot of mystery, undone. Kenzo stared at the stage, incredulous. Power continued her performance. Oh my fucking god, I'm so hot. There's a devil in this house who makes people disappear. First 1, then 2, then 3, until there's only you and me. And I know I'm not the culprit, by process of elimination. Power looked positively thrilled with herself as she raised her hand, palm up. A spurt of blood from her wrist formed itself into a scythe. You're the devil! What? Kenzo exclaimed. The crimson scythe came sweeping down from the stage. In the nick of time, he raised his katana to block it, but the force of Power's blow knocked the sword out of his hands. You damn devil! Power shouted. You die now! You're the devil! Kenzo shouted back. I'm not the devil. I'm a detective. A great detective. Power raised the scythe, grinning like a grim reaper. Kenzo had no idea what was going on. All he knew was that he had to get out of there. He turned and ran. With a rush of wind, the scythe grazed his calf. Kenzo gasped. The wound was agonizing. Fuck. But if he stopped, she would be on him. He gritted his teeth and plunged into the hallway as if fleeing from pain itself. What next? The front door was locked. He was trapped in the inn. Could he make a run for the maze-like corridor on the other side of the rec room? No, that only led to another locked door. Hide in the guest rooms or staff wing? Without his weapon, he'd be a sitting duck. No matter which way he ran, sooner or later he'd be trapped. An idea struck him. That's it, he whispered. Kenzo staggered into the little room between the entryway and the rec room, the room the hunters had been warned not to enter. Had that only been a few days ago? Inside it was dark, cluttered, and with pipes and wires, with the hum of the generator blocking all other sound. If he could lie low for just a few minutes, power might pass by, and then he could double back to the rec room and grab his sword. His hope proved short-lived. There you are, Power cried, kicking the door open with brute force. She slid into the room, her shadow crowned with the long arc of the scythe rose behind her. How'd you find me? The smell of blood, of course. Foolish devil! Did you really think you could evade the great detective Power? Kenzo glanced at his wounded calf. Hey, I'm not a devil. What are you? I've told you over and over. Public safety's one and only genius detective Power. What kind of detective kills people with a bloody scythe? Slowly and deliberately, Power stalked toward Kenzo. He scuttled back until he hit the generator. His back to it, he pleaded, Wait, listen! Mr. Kambayashi told us not to mess with this machine. Die, devil! Why won't you listen to me? Kenzo curled himself into a ball. The scythe blade missed him by inches and sliced into the generator directly behind him. As Power stared in surprise, the generator threw out sparks, then exploded with a whoosh. A flood of murky liquid sprayed from the tier. What the hell? Kenzo shouted. Yikes, Power added. The spray hit them full force, driving them out of the power room. By the time the flood subsided, they'd washed up back in the rec room. The lights were flickering erratically, presumably from the damage to the generator. Kenzo and Power jumped to their feet and discovered they'd been dyed red. Kenzo frowned. Is this? Blood, said Power, licking a finger experimentally. Why was the generator full of blood? Explain! Oops. Power was knocked off balance as the blood-soaked carpet beneath her feet began to writhe and squirm. Kenzo pitched forward. A low moan rumbled through the house. It can't be the fucking house, was the devil. As Kenzo tried to scramble to his feet, a large yellow droplet fell to the carpet nearby. The spatter burned his skin. What? He looked up, his face falling in disbelief, to see countless similar droplets dripping from the walls and ceiling. What's going on? Power demanded. I should have read it in her voice. What's going on? Power demanded. She rested her crimson scythe on her shoulder and moved in for a better look. Be careful, Kenzo shouted. It's acid. Acid? Power asked quizzically. It'll burn right through you. Huh? Power looked up at the ceiling just as a rain of droplets came pelting down. She and Kenzo both hurried to dodge the deluge. What is this? So that's how it is, Kenzo crouched low. The devil's not invisible. It's been right in front of us all along. What are you talking about? Power had turned her scythe into a gigantic umbrella. Kenzo dove under it with her. This house is the devil, he said. You mean the whole house? Power looked around, her brow furrowed. The floors and walls were indeed squirming as if alive, and the rain of acid was growing stronger. Kenzo spoke quickly. It finally makes sense. Think about the shape of the house in human terms. We came in through the head. The guest wing and staff wing are the arms, and this big space has to be the stomach. This is a stomach? Power questioned. That's stomach acid. I bet the others got digested. That is fucking insane. That is so cool. Oh my god. But wasn't there a stop motion movie, I think. Or was it an animated movie about a like haunted house? Monster house or something? I wish I knew the name. But that was, especially for a children's movie, that was scary too. I bet the others got digested. Power yelped. The room's soundproof, remember? Kenzo went on. Anytime people met up here for strategy meetings or whatever, the house could digest them and the rest of us wouldn't hear a blessed thing. It could have eaten all of us at once, but I guess it likes playing cat and mouse. True, devils love to feed on human fear, Power confirmed. That explains the weird corridor past the rec room too. Why it's so long and twisty even though it only goes one way. It's gotta be the intestines. That is so cool. That is so cool. I want to see. I wish there was a drawing included in the book of, you know, the room, the house, the entire inn. And the so-called generator in the power room is the most important part of all. It's just off to one side of the crossing. If we keep the body analogy going, you just happen to stab this thing in the heart. So cool. I love it. I never happen to do things. Power's voice rose with confidence. The heart. Yes, of course. The great detective Power knew it from the very beginning. What a genius I am. I deserve a Nobel Prize. In her mind, waves of adulation crashed over her from the far corners of the world. Long live Power, genius detective, too amazing to believe. Not likely, Kenzo shook his head. You didn't mean to do that. I mean, you shouted die at me. Power insisted. I was talking to the devil house. You were attacking me. I never attacked you. What's wrong with you, lady? Kill, 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 kill. The walls and floor heaved violently as the house resounded with the sound of the devil's hatred. The acid rain grew into a veritable maelstrom. Damn rain, Power said. My blood umbrella won't hold much longer. She had all the blood that had gushed from the generator to draw on, but it was hard to control blood that wasn't hers. Oh. Nah, not Coraline. Coraline is not about a cursed house. It's about a parallel world. A cursed house, like where the children always pass the house and it already looks menacing, and then they go in and the house itself is alive and tries to eat the children. But I love Coraline. That's a great movie. Monster House. So it's called Monster House. So I guessed it, kinda. I said it was like a cursed house. Was it Monster House? Yeah, Monster House. Probably. It's probably that one. Yeah. So that's a new piece of lore, that Power can't control blood that isn't hers that well. You're a fiend, aren't you? Said Kenzo. I heard rumors they've got them in public safety, Special Division 4. Correct. I am Detective Power, public safety's faint mystery-solving fiend. Okay, sure. Anyway, let's try to make our way to the front hall. At least we can escape the digestive system and get out from under this acid. This man is smart. The house is a ghost of a woman who was teased for being too fat. I love that movie. I do not remember that, but thank you for the information. Wait, where was I? And get out from under this acid. They worked their way to the rec room door, only to find it shut fast by some trick of the devil. Kenzo cursed to himself. It won't budge. Leave it to the detective, said Power. Situations like this call for the use of one's head. She kicked the door as hard as she could. She's so smart. That wasn't your head. Bah! It's harder than I expected. Power felt dizzy. She'd had to make the blood umbrella massive to shield herself from the acid storm, and she was starting to feel anemic. The acid ate the umbrella away faster than she could absorb the devil's blood to replenish it. Kenzo held his head in his hands. Damn it! That monster's gonna eat every last one of us. Power looked suddenly thoughtful. What now? Where's Denji? Power asked, perhaps unexpectedly given her earlier disregard. What do you mean? Kenzo sputtered. He's gone. I'm sure he got digested with the rest of the hunters. What happens to things that get digested? Well, you shit them out. You shit them out. Yeah, find the ass of the house and you're good to go. Yeah. They probably flow out the door to the back They probably flow out the door to the back hallway, the intestines. So? Kenzo was still baffled by this line of inquiry. Power was quiet for a moment, listening. Amidst the roar of the acid and the howling of the house, she thought she could detect another sound. When did you last see Denji? Just before I went to wake you up. He was tied up and asleep. He could still be in the intestines. Yeah, but how does that help us? Boom. It's so cute how Power, whenever she doesn't know what to do, she's like, where's Denji? Where's Denji, my friend? Where's Denji? I don't know how to solve it. Where's Denji? This is so wholesome. But it's cute that she woke up from thinking she heard Denji cry out in pain, probably. And now she's like, okay, wait. We don't have the situation under control. But Denji might. Denji. He could be still here. He could save us all. This is so cute. Power studied the undulating floor of the rec room. It was trying to draw them to the back of the house, deep into the digestive system. The blood that had flooded from the devil's heart was being sluiced? I've never seen that word before. In the same direction into the twisting corridor. Boom. There was a noise like the groaning of a monster from the depths of hell. What the hell is that sound? Said Kenzo, looking around the room frantically. If the house had swallowed Denji and shuffled him into its intestines, at that moment he was being deluged with devil blood. Vroom. You're just listening to Denji fucking destroying the house from the inside. Like, you can try to use your heads, but at the end of the day, you just gotta count on Denji's violence. It's getting closer, Kenzo said. Vroom, bzz. Something's coming! Bzz, screech, creaks. Kenzo clapped his hands over his ears, his eyes screwed shut. But Power watched the entrance of the hall like a cat. Come on, partner, she shouted. Hurry up! An instant later, the door exploded into splinters. Standing in the doorway was a bizarre figure. Steel chainsaws extended from its head and arms, their teeth sharp and bloody as the teeth of some wild animal spun at dizzying speed. The sound of motors rent the air loudly enough to turn a human brain to mush. What the hell is that thing? Kenzo cried, his hands still over his ears. The chainsaw man turned slowly towards them. Amidst the pulsating walls and shower of acid, he looked like he'd stepped out of hell. But all he said was, "Buh, what's going on? I just woke up like this." You know the meme where there's like women with a full face of makeup and they're like, I just woke up like this. And Denji is like transformed into an entire new being where he has to destroy his body. And he's like full of gore and chainsaws and he's like, hee, I just woke up like this. Oh damn. I just woke up like this. Denji! Shouted Power. This way! Kenzo was stunned. That's the guy from public safety? What in God's name is going on at that place? Screw you, Power. I ain't forgotten how you threw me under the bus. Real nice. Denji charged at her, only to be pelted with acid rain. Ugh! Ow! What's this stuff? The acid burned his skin, but Denji's chainsaw body drew blood from the floor and kept coming. That is... Damn. Oof. In moments, his right blade was at Power's neck. You're not gonna talk your way out of this one, Power. Bring it up after we escape. We're about to get eaten, Power dismissed his threat. Say what? Denji seemed to notice the scene around him for the first time. Damn it. Okay, what do you suggest we do? Power explained. We need to get out of here, but the door won't open. What's this door? What? This door? No problem. You just gotta use your head. Denji ran at the door with his head lowered, driving the saw protruding from his skull straight through it. At least he did use his head, unlike Power. But they're like the same person. Like they have the same energy. It's just chaotic energy. That's still not what that phrase means, Kenzo said as he followed Denji and Power out of the rec room. Iron doors sprouted from the floor and ceiling, blocking the path. Out of my way, yelled Denji, slicing through one door after another as they made their way up the heaving hallway. From behind them came a disgusting slurp. Kenzo, bringing up their rear, looked back. The acid's coming after us. A wave of acid rolled out of the rec room like the ultimate case of acid reflux. Run, run, run! Kenzo shouted. They made it to the entry hall, but when Denji drove his chainsaws into the front door, they stuck fast. Guh! He exclaimed. We're in trouble, said Kenzo. If this room is the house's head, the front door is the mouth. It'll be as strong as a jawbone. The mouth, huh? Denji wrenched his arms' saws free. Smaller saws sprouted from his feet. Okay, allowing him to scramble up the wall. That's cool. Okay. Guess that makes these windows up here its eyes. And those aren't tough at all. Now that's using your head, said Kenzo. Yeah, my boy is smart. My boy is actually really smart. Suspended by his feet, some 15 feet above the front door, Denji smashed through the two picture windows. A vast, inhuman scream tore through the house. The front door split open vertically, like a screaming mouth. Power and Kenzo leapt through. But what about the other devil hunters? Are they just turned to shit now? Are they actually digested? Where are they? I don't like this. I want the others to come back too. Ugh. Split open vertically like a screaming mouth. Power and Kenzo leapt through. We're outside, Power cried. The dark sky was edged with pale light. It was nearly dawn. Denji vaulted through one of the broken windows and landed on the ground, saws roaring. Power! Oh, don't get so upset, Power said. As an apology, I might see my way to letting you squeeze my boob. One squeeze. Denji said and briefly paused, then shook his head vigorously. Forget it, Power. I'm holding out for Miss Maki. Ah! An iron snake shot out of the doorway and pierced Denji's chest. In a final burst of malice, the house devil dragged Denji back into its depths. As Denji screamed and struggled, the house swallowed him. Hey, Kenzo stared in shock. The friend just got eaten. So he did, said Power. She and Kenzo could only stand and watch helplessly. Its strength finally spent, the devil house let out a howl that echoed across the mountains. Then it began to fall apart, its exterior peeling away in gruesome flesh-like chunks. By the time the pale light of morning filled the sky, there was nothing left but a vine-choked ruin. Let me see. Okay. We're almost done with the chapter. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I only watch Chainsaw Man anime, but Makima seems like a dream girl, to be honest. Jimmy, what are you doing on my streams? What are you... You gotta be joking. Stop it. A devil possessed an old house and took on its appearance? Apparently so. I thought the client who came to us looked suspicious, so I questioned him. It turned out the house devil was forcing him to seek out victims to feed it. Over the crest of the mountain, chatting amicably, came Aki and Makima. Power's shoulders twitched. Surely you didn't need to come all the way here yourself, ma'am, said Aki. Makima responded casually, well, with so many devils targeting Denji lately, I thought better safe than sorry. And I'll be on a business trip to Kyoto next week. Why not enjoy a nature hike first? Or would you rather be out here solo? Aki waved his hands frantically. No, not at all. Makima approached the ruin. Oh, it's Power, she said calmly. After the trouble I went to, it looks like you've got things under control after all. She's such a bitch, she could have told them. Yes. I, the great Detective Pawā, cracked this case like an egg. Beside her, Kenzo snarled. Was that before or after you tried to kill me? How dare you pin false accusations on me, after I saved your ungrateful life, foolish dog. Why you, Kenzo growled. Aki lit a cigarette. Give it up. She only remembers whatever's convenient for her. So, where's Denji? My assistant Denji was eaten by the house, I'm afraid, Power said brightly. A beautiful and noble end it was. You can't be serious, Aki said. Makima's eyes lit up with curiosity. Do you think you could tell me a little more about what happened? With many an animated gesture, Power launched into a tale. He was dissolved into the house's stomach, whereupon I tamed the awful beast with my boldness and daring. You see, the great Detective Power, when it came clear that her testimony wasn't about to clarify anything, Kenzo stepped in and explained what had happened. After he finished, Makima only said, She turned and walked to the back of the house. The others followed, puzzled. Near the service entrance, they found a messy pile of skeletons, and Denji, the right side of his body eaten away with acid. Miss Makima, he exclaimed. He waved cheerfully with his still intact left hand. This boy is going through so much fucking pain. Sure, he can regenerate, but it still hurts. Makima knelt down next to him. Nice work, Denji. Looks like you handled this job capably. You bet I did. I fixed everything for you on the double. No prob. He flashed a peace sign. It's hard to take that appraisal seriously when half your body is melted away, Aki said. How did you get out here? Makima brushed her bangs out of her eyes. They were skeletons, so they're really all dead. And only Kenzo survived out of these civilian devil hunters. Hold on. Makima brushed her bangs out of her eyes. The recreation room was the stomach and the corridor beyond it was the intestinal tract, yes? It's only logical that digested humans pass through the corridor and out the other side. The back door is the butthole? Power burst out laughing. Gahahaha, that makes you shit, Denji. Caca, crap, poop. Henceforth you shall be known as Poop, assistant to the great Detective Power. Shut up! I bet Detective Magician doesn't have a potty mouth. A short distance away, Kenzo stood watching them, the madwoman who lied through her teeth at a moment's notice, the half-digested chainsaw creature bickering with her, and the two other agents chatting with them as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Under his breath, he muttered, "Thank God I didn't make it into public safety." Then he shuffled away from the scene, the morning air still ringing with Denji's imprecations and Power's cackling laughter. That was good. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. I liked that. It was fun. It was also creepy. It was interesting. It was full of suspense. The writing was great. The characters were on point. And I like that the story starts and finishes with Kenzo. In the beginning, him saying, like, he wanted to be a public safety member. He admired them. He wanted to be part of them. He had failed the test. He regretted failing the test. He regretted not being part of them. And in the end, him being like, "Thank fucking God I'm not part of this insanity. I have a great life. I should be grateful for what I have. I should not look back. I shall only look forward and never try to get involved with public safety ever again." But the chaotic energy, Power, just everything, it was great. I loved it. That was a great story. I'm not sure how... Maybe the point of these buddy stories is not to show like how their bonds were strengthened between these buddies. Because honestly, I don't see it with Power and Denji. Like, they're the same as always, but it shows how they're getting used to each other, right? How they're used to each other, bickering all the time, and so on. We've read this much of the book already. And then we're going to read chapter 2 next time. When is next time going to be? You tell me. I don't know. What do you expect me to know? Huh? Alright, so this is it. I'm super hot. I am probably gonna work out now and then take an ice cold shower. It's insane. God damn. Alright, this summer, wait, when are you free tomorrow? Maybe buddy stories were supposed to be in manga originally. I mean, it's not unusual for you know, like original material to appear as short stories and novels. It's normal. You have that in Tokyo Ghoul 2. There's like 2 volumes of short stories. So yeah, your chick reads the next part. Elda gym stream. I don't go to the gym. I have one mat on my floor here. You can see it in the mirror there. That's the mat. And then I just have I have some weights here, and it's not a lot. It's 2 kilograms, and that's too much for me right now. I have to start with the 1 kilogram weights and build up to 2 kilograms. And I have some, what are they called? Some bands, resistant bands. But that is it. I hope you have a great workout and can relax for the rest of the day. Thank you, David, you too, and thank you for the donation. Yeah, I'm just gonna work out, take a shower, and then hop into bed, probably. Maybe eat something. That would not be bad, right? I should eat, after, especially after a workout. I only ate once today, so I should eat. Oh my fucking god. This is insane. All body workout. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm just trying to start because I haven't done anything in like half a year. I mean, while I was being a waitress, I was still carrying stuff, so I got a little stronger over those 6 months. But I quit quite a while ago, so I haven't done anything since then. And yeah, my arms are just noodles. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. I have no abs anymore. I have nothing. I have no shape to speak of. So, but it's not, about the vanity of the body. I want to get healthy. I want my back to be able to hold my entire skeleton, right? I want to have nice posture. I want to have good cardiac health. I want to just be healthy. Like I've come, wow, no one asked, but over the past, I would say 7, 8 years, my relationship to my body has changed a lot. At first, I was super, since I came back from Japan at age 21, at first I was like, okay, I gotta eat properly again. I gotta slim down because I had gained weight in Japan. Not that I was overweight. I was normal weight for the first time in my life. But I had never been that heavy. And I was like, okay, I gotta slim down again. And I didn't have that healthy eating habits. I was this close to just counting calories, and that's not healthy in my opinion. I mean, it's good for like people who work out and who really do bodybuilding and they need to know their macros and whatever. I'm not that kind of person, so I was just cutting out sugar completely. No sugar anymore. No nothing anymore. Like, I was cutting out a lot of things out of my diet. And within just 1 year, I was very underweight. And that wasn't good. I mean, I had a healthy diet, but apparently I wasn't eating enough of it, or I don't know, it wasn't healthy. I wasn't working out at that time. Later on, but I also wasn't working out because I got a slipped disc, and that made it hard to move at all. And for 3 years, I was suffering with a slipped disc, so I couldn't really move at all. And because I wasn't really spending that much energy, I didn't need to take in that much energy. So I wasn't eating a lot, and I was eating like super duper healthy. Like almost cutting out all carbs, all kinds of carbs, and doing intermittent fasting, and sometimes even fasting for days because I heard that was healthy, but not for like underweight people. It's for like overweight people perhaps, but not for underweight people. But yeah, I was just super strict with myself. And now I'm finally at the point. No, let's go to the middle part. Then I was like, okay, this is not healthy. I need to not just be fucking thin. I need to have a functional body, right? I need to have a functional, aesthetically pleasing body. I want to have these types of clothes and these types of styles, and I need to have this type of body to achieve it. So I was working out more. I was feeling better and I was healthier, but I was still also just making sure that I eat super healthy, right? And now I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't care what my body looks like. I just want to be strong enough to carry children to safety should there be a need to, you know. I need to be able to run away from danger, to jump high enough to lift myself up, to have the strength to lift myself up off the ground, so to lift my own weight, right? I need to, for whatever situation there might be, I need to have a functional body, and I do not care what I eat in particular. Of course I should eat healthy, but who the fuck cares if I eat chips or chocolate or ice cream, right? You gotta also enjoy your life. Like, why be strict with yourself? Instead of taking out from your diet, I'm just seeing it as, you know, putting into your diet. I'm eating chocolate and whatever, and I'm eating carbs now, but what can I add to it that's healthy? So I add vegetables, I add fruits, I add this and that. So even if there's like a salad with a fatty dressing, there's still the vitamins and fiber from the salad, right? So you just add things to your diet. And you don't punish yourself. Exercise is not a punishment for yourself. It should be just, you know, rewarding your body with the functions it was born to have, because right now we have a very sedentary lifestyle, and we were not meant to be that and do that, just sit all day or lie around all day. You gotta move your body, you gotta use your muscles, you gotta stretch, you gotta feel good. You know, when I sleep for 8 hours or whatever, I wake up with an aching back. That shouldn't be the case. You should feel well rested. So for that to happen, you need to have, you know, good muscles that can keep your skeleton up. So your body is able to carry your weight. So yeah, it doesn't matter what your body looks like, because every body is an okay body. You know, you should just see to it that you have a healthy lifestyle that you can maintain. You know, exercising a little bit every day, adding, you know, healthy food every day to your meals, and just being happy with what you have, because honestly, we're far too judgmental with ourselves, much more than other people are with us, and much more than we are with other people. So why should we hold ourselves to like a higher standard than we do other people? What are we, special? No, we are not. We're like every other person. If I can see a woman that's super curvy and say, fuck, she's hot, then sure as hell, other people are not going to find me repulsive. Not that that's the point, that other people find me hot or repulsive, but I'm just saying I shouldn't be so strict with myself, because I'm not strict with others either. And I'm just a person like every other person. I don't need to be so mean to myself. So, yeah, I'm just happy. I'm even happy with how I look now. Like, I don't look bad. It's just a little pathetic because I can't, you know, how do I say? I cannot bend down to pick something up without going like, ooh, like an old woman. That's fucking embarrassing. And to not have, you know, functioning arms that can lift a bag that I need to carry to work, that's stupid. Or, you know, I told you at the beginning of the stream that I went down the stairs to check on something that should have been done. And when I went up, and it's just like 2 sets of stairs, I was out of breath. That is humiliating. That should not be the case. That's not good for my health, and especially because I take hormonal pills that have a higher risk of forming some thrombosis, which means like blood clots that can get stuck in your arteries, or, you know, blood vessels in general, and then your lungs can collapse, right? And that's not good. You should, especially if you take meds that carry a higher risk of whatever in your health, especially blood clots, then you should exercise more, just for your own safety. I already take some supplements that help with that. For example, I drink like a tablespoonful of pumpkin seed oil, because that helps against thrombosis. So I should also exercise to lower the risk of that happening. So yeah, I'm just saying you need to look out for yourself because you deserve that, right? You deserve to live a quality life and to not be harsh with yourself, to reward yourself, to be chill in your own body and with your own body. Just chill. So I moved away from that, and I think that's a much healthier way of having a relationship with your body. Don't ask me if that's body positivity, body neutrality, or whatever. I think every body is fine. Okay? Because how many times have you heard that someone who just ate chocolate their entire life lived to the age of 110 or something? Like, obviously health is something more holistic and not just your diet, or not just exercise. And aesthetics, like, I'm super not into that. I think that's super toxic, especially with our culture, with influencers and Instagram and whatever. Plastic surgery and Photoshop being very common. So you set these beauty standards that no one can achieve, and you do it for vanity reasons. And I think that's pointless. I don't want to look like this beauty standard. I want to look like myself and set my standard. I don't want other people to set my standard for me. I'm going to set my standard for me. You know how all faces are starting to look the same because of plastic surgery, adhering to one beauty standard at the moment? And that is, I think that's sad, because before, every model or whatever actor or singer had their own unique beauty and people tried to emulate it. Now it's all just converging into like the same face. We should have diversity. I'm not gonna get plastic surgery on my nose, rhinoplasty, even though my nose is like crooked and it's not in the middle of my face. You can see that. Look at this. But it's still a functioning nose. I have like a big jaw. I don't need to shave my jaw to have like a V-shaped face. Why? Because all of my features, they fit perfectly into my face. I don't need to look like someone else. I can be like a different standard. I can bring my own flavor to the world of beauty, and if everyone does that, then we're going to be much more open to different types of beauties. And we need to be more lenient with this type of stuff. And not be like, oh, she doesn't have that type of face, she's ugly. No, you need to find beauty in everything. And then the whole world is going to look more beautiful to you. And you're going to enjoy your time much more on this planet. And I'm like that. So I'm quite happy with this journey that I have behind me, with my body, my face, my appearance in general, my health. So yeah, wow, why did I just talk unprompted about such things? It's just my opinion of myself. I'm trying to have a much more chill approach to life in general. So yeah, I talk too much. That was a monologue I did not plan for, and that you didn't ask for, but you got it, so be grateful, bitches. Be grateful. Now you're all the more wiser, or all the more wiser. You heard it from the wisest person, the most wisest person in this room. So yeah, this is it for today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being active in chat. I couldn't keep up, but I watch back all of my streams and then I read the comments. So I will see all of your comments. Don't worry. Sorry for not addressing them right now on stream. Still, thank you for being here, making me less lonely. And I hope you have a nice day, evening, or night, wherever you are. And bye-bye.